Hi everyone, this is PJ. Welcome to Wiki Wonder Woman. So, as I've promised, I'm doing this series which is full of my secret knowledge and the sure way of befriending your brain and letting it help you rather than control you. So, whoever is going to watch later, if you like this and if it helps even a little bit, I will be doing much more series on every aspect of your brain, what it's trying to do to you, or you feel that it's controlling you. So you can actually start being under, controlling your brain rather than it controlling you. But these are my secrets, which I have learned in very difficult way, but I searched about a lot of things like most of you do, right? How to stop negative thoughts, how to have positive thinking, and all those things, anxiety, overthinking, and all those things. So I've searched like endless hours of knowledge for the knowledge, but I couldn't get what I needed. But it's more of the secret that I have developed myself, taking the bits and pieces of every knowledge that I was able to. So here are my secrets. So stay till the end because you will only understand it if you watch it continuously. That's for sure. So yeah. So I'm going to start. So do let me know if you can hear me well. Just comment yes. That would be great because I forgot to put in my AirPods, the earphones. Can you hear anybody? Just say yes. I don't want this to be a waste. Yes, thank you so much, Hari. So here's the thing. First thing, tell me if this is right or wrong. Our brain gives us negative thoughts and fears, which in turn turns into overthinking, and then the serious mental health issue starts from there, like anxiety, depression, whatnot, right? So it all starts with negative thinking, and then fear, being scared of something might happen, what ifs and whatnot, and then overthinking about it or underthinking about it, and then anxiety, and then depression, and vice versa. So one thing that I want to start today in this live is about negative thoughts and fears. I've got my detailed notes here so that I don't miss out on the points that I did last live. So I thought it's good to have the point. So I'm going to talk about negative thoughts and fears. Don't you feel they're connected somewhere? Hi, Sweta, but because of the spelling, I actually don't know if I should say Sweta or Sweta. So do let me know if I'm wrong. But so I often feel that these negative thoughts and fears are connected with each other, which is why we keep rotating ourselves into patterns. We keep running in the pattern circles, never ending circles. So I'll tell you if you don't understand what it means. So let's talk about what pattern that we typically follow. Even I used to follow. So this is what it is. It starts with, okay, your brain tells you that, oh, I need to be doing something. Oh, I need to do this work. I need to send that emails. I think I need to start focusing on my goals. Oh, I know that I planned something today. I think I have to go meet friends, or something. Your brain actually gives you the to-do list or something that you need to be working on, be it your big time goals or dreams, be it like small to-do things, right? So it starts with that, number one. So as soon as your brain actually, you get that impulse of doing something which you always wanted, so your brain kind of throws in the negative thought, like, hey, what if you actually fail? What if you apply for this interview and you get rejected? What if you share this idea, people will laugh at you, right? If I stand up for myself in front of my in-laws or husband, what if they throw me out or disown me or something like that? And what if something bad happens? So your brain kind of drops in that negative thoughts. So that's the next step of the loop, the pattern. So tell me if you have any doubts, or if you want to stop me right there and ask me a question, put it in the comment box. Or if you want to be an anonymous, just put it in the question box. I will not read out your name for sure. So that is the second step of this pattern loop, where your brain kind of gives you that negative thoughts. So, and then what happens? The fear. You get scared. The third step is about, okay, now that you know your what ifs, you actually fear for them to come true. Sometimes you don't know what even you're scared of. What is that you fear about? That could be called as fear of unknown. Sometimes that also comes true, right? So that is the third step, right? Something might go wrong, something will go wrong, so I better not do it. That's the fourth step. So what you do, because of what your brain gives you this loop, get into the pattern, what you do is you give up. You don't even begin with. You find a reason to not do it, or you ignore it, the negative thoughts. Because what we always believed about negative thoughts is to divert ourselves into not thinking more negative, not encouraging the negative thoughts, because the universe somehow believes and listens to the negativity and gives you the negativity. So we would rather divert ourselves. So we'll be thinking, as soon as we feel that, oh, what if I go wrong? What if I fall down? What if the interview, I don't get selected for the interview? Oh, why am I thinking so negatively? Let me think something positive, something positive, something positive. Oh, my birthday is coming up. What am I going to do? Right? You divert yourself by ignoring the negative thought. That's been our pattern so far. But ignoring the negative thought has not done any good for you. You're scared of doing it, the actual work that you need to be doing. By ignoring the negative thoughts, you're not addressing it at all. You're not working on it at all. Right? You're letting it control you into having more negative thoughts, and then scared of something, fears, and then overthinking, and then feeling anxiety, and etc. goes on and on. Just because you're ignoring the negativity, the negative thoughts that your brain is telling you. But what if I tell you, you need to make your brain and consider it as your friend, because that's what it's doing to you. That's what it's trying to do to you, to be your friend, so that it can help you, right? Rather than treating it as a friend, what you're doing it as, like, my brain is like this. I hate my brain, the way it brings up with embarrassing moments. I hate my brain, the way it brings up the negativity in the telling me not to do things which I actually wanted to do. So we kind of hate that, right? So now one thing that I want to do and tell you is that for every workshop that I have ever taken, the first step is always about identifying the issue. So here it's about identifying the pattern that you're doing. When you get a negative thought, you're diverting yourself into thinking something positive which is not at all related to this. So now I'm going to say one big secret. Here starts the secrets, right? I feel and I truly believe that the positive thinking is the very next step of negative thinking. Most of us drop out at the thought of negative thinking. We don't even go to the next step. We don't even want to consider the next step. But I say the positive thinking is the very next step, which we are missing. So let me give you more examples, because I'm a big sucker for examples, and I like to make it a point that you guys understand what I mean. I don't know how many people are watching this, but if you're watching and if you have a question, just put it in the question box, or if you're watching later on, do put it in the comment so that I can give out the information as valuable as this. If you feel this is not valuable, so that's absolutely okay. So the next one that I actually want to talk is by giving you an example. Now, imagine your brain as your house, right? Somebody is knocking at the door. What do you do? Would you ignore that and sit and continue watching your phone or something like that? I know we wish to do that, but we don't do that, right? What do? We address the door and see what it is or who it is. So that's what your brain is doing, sending you a negative thought so that you can attend to it, address it, right? So let's say that your brain is giving you the negative thoughts for a big reason, that is to alert you of the dangers or something that you might expect so that you can be prepared for it, right? To be more honest on this, I'm going to explain much better. So let me see if I have I'm not sure if Swati, do you want to join, or were you trying to ask a question? To let me know. I don't want to accept and then think that okay, you're not ready for the video, but do let me know if you want to join in the comment box or the question box, right? But what do is that as soon as we get negative thoughts, we give up on that by ignoring. So don't do that. I'm going to get to the point, so don't worry about it. So no, ignore. Okay, all right, yeah, I thought so. So if you're giving, if your brain is actually giving you a negative thought, let me take a scenario here, right? So if you're applying for an interview and your brain is saying you might not get selected, or you might not even get a call back or any acknowledgement for, you've been selected, or you better luck next time, and your resume actually don't fit into our profile, so keep looking, better luck, all the best and stuff like that. So you might not even get it. So that's the brain giving you that thought. So what you're treating is like, no, let's not have negative thoughts, let's think something positive. I'm going to get selected, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Or you think something apart from that. But the reason that your brain is telling you this, so that you be prepared. If you don't get a response from that particular email, what you're going to do about it? The very next step is the positive thinking, right? So what you're going to do is think positive, that is by applying more number of jobs, diversify the job profiles. If this is your profile, don't just apply for that particular designation, try applying for different things. Your brain is telling you an alert. This might happen. There is a high possibility that this might happen. So be prepared by doing so and so. Right? But we don't get there. We just stop near negative thoughts. So the positive thinking is the very next step of the negative thoughts. So feel free to take it there, because nobody is actually holding an axe and standing right behind you, right? So it's your thoughts, it's your brain, you're safe there. You're safe with yourself. So don't be scared of thinking how you can avoid that negative circumstances that might happen, right? That's one of the ways that you can make your brain your best friend and actually using it to help you towards achieving any kind of goals. So I'm going to say the next thing. So now that we have addressed negative thinking and positive thinking, I want to actually talk about facing fears, right? So one thing that I wanted to say is like, your fear is more or less about the negative thoughts itself. So now let me give a lame example. Okay, so this is me trying that you might understand this. So this is lame example, I know that for sure, but let me tell you, facing fears actually doesn't mean that like if you are scared of a fire, it's it doesn't mean that I'm asking you to face them by jumping into the fire, right? It means that facing your fears means that be prepared to face them, or to be prepared to avoid them, and to be prepared to have even a plan B or C just in case the fails, the plan A fails. Facing your fears doesn't always mean that you have to go with it no matter what, no matter how much hurt you're getting, how much, scared you are, how much people are going to thrash you or throw you, or no, it's not about facing fear. Facing fears is also about being prepared. So your brain is again trying to tell you, hey, I've got a negative thought, and this is what you should be fearing about. So now you've got some kind of data here, what might happen, the possibilities, and now it's up to you. Will you be thinking positive by preparing yourself, by letting your brain alert you of these kind of situations that might happen? Or are you going to ignore your brain and think something other than what you have to actually be doing? So this is the ultimate way of making the brain your best friend. That's how we humans are designed. I know I'm not a psychologist, but I have seen enough data there telling that we are designed this way, and it's a survival technique, right? So your brain kind of alerts you of these things, what might happen, what ifs, but these are the possibilities, you should be scared of this, whatever it is, reflexes, and these all are designed so that it's about your survival. But what you're doing is like ignoring it altogether. So don't ignore. So now this is the pattern that you're going to face now. So now whenever you have something to do, something that you've always dreamt of doing, now next time when your brain says, hey, what if this happens? You know what to do. If this happens, I will be ready and be prepared with this option or this option. Or can I actually escape that? Avoid that to happen? Can I have plan A or plan B to face that? So now you're actually breaking the loop and the pattern to come out. Right? So I hope this has been helpful. So again, I'm going to ask you that this is a part of Befriending Your Brain series, but I will be doing it more only if you could comment if this actually made sense, and if this negative thoughts and fears, the series number 1 I can call, actually is helpful for you. But if it's not, I'm happy with stopping right here. Right? So all that you need to do is comment and let me know. But other than that, I think that is it for today. But what if we don't figure out plan A or B after identifying that there is a fear? So can you actually tell me any kind of scenario so that I can actually use that and show examples? This is the part of workshop that I do, because only when you actually tell me what is that you're going through, then I can actually give you the examples of how to have a plan B, plan A, what is the fear there, what is the negative thought, how to have a positive thinking. So only then I can actually help you. So do let me know in the question box. I'm not going to take your name. Absolutely okay. And we don't figure out plan A, plan B. Are you scared of even thinking about the problem? Fear of working on an exam to study. Okay, so that is something that is unavoidable, right? So yeah, given our Indian system and our parents, so exams is something, education is something that we have to go through it. So there's no option, for you to come out of it or escape that. But now this is the thing. If your brain says you might fail in the exams, do you treat it as negative thought in the first place? if you're treating it as a negative thought, this is what I want you to do. So you need to acknowledge that you will fail if you keep going this way without studying or giving time to your studies. So your positive thought is about plan A or plan B, you could say. One, to actually plan your chapters or whatever you have to study in a proper way, that you would not only be able to concentrate the reality wise, like you can only sit for 2 hours or 3 hours, so how many days you would require to finish the chapters or the subject or the books. So having a plan A. Plan B could be, getting a study buddy, right, and try to do that, or probably go to the courses or tuition on the subject that you're actually weak. That's your plans. So now, instead of just stopping yourself thinking negative thoughts, okay, I'm getting negative thoughts, I might fail, let's not stress about it, and then it becomes overthinking and you're actually ignoring it. But that stress and your brain is worried constantly, it cannot ignore that. Whatever you're trying to tell it to ignore, it cannot unless you address it, right? So what you're doing is like you're stressing over yourself and you're overthinking, and what you're doing is like procrastinate, and then you're not actually addressing it. So try to come up with your plans and how to exactly do it. When you are doing it, your mind kind of knows that you're doing something about it, right? So fear of failure of all the plans. So what kind of plan is it? So when you have too many things, it gets so messy in your mind that you cannot put one thought, your focus on one plan. When you're combining everything, I have to get married, I have to have kids at 30, I have to do something, become something, I have to excel in my business, I have to earn this much. So what are your plans that you're talking about? You cannot make your brain think about everything at once. That's going to be your fast track towards serious issues, right? So take one plan. Take one thing at a time. That's where the pointers that we've spoken about, journaling life, that bullet pointers will be a great help when you're too messy with a couple of thoughts in your head. Always putting them in the bullet pointers will allow you to take one at a time and focus on it at a time, or come back to it, right? So do that. But do tell me, fear of failure, normally when you're taking a plan, right? Okay, if I'm starting a business, right? If I'm starting a business, your fear is about failure, right? So when your fear is about failure, what you're doing, you're just going with the flow by ignoring the negative thought, or there is another loop and another pattern of not doing anything about it, just giving up so soon, right? You're demotivating yourself. You're letting that negative thought hinder, right? Not addressing it, but you're letting that person who is knocking your door be there, hang out there till the time you're opening the door. But the thing is, you're not opening the door, you're giving up on it, right? So what I want you to do is, when you're trying to think that I might fail at this business, what you're going to do about is, so why am I going to fail? So let's think about it. So the next very step is thinking positive, right? Thinking positive is not thinking some other concept which is not related to it, but actually trying to come up with certain plans or some kind of solutions to your fears or negative thoughts. So now if you're saying I might fail at my business, so what you need to do, what am I not good at? What am I good at? What skills am I good at? What skills I'm not good at? What do I need to learn? So do I have to do any kind of internship so that I can learn more about the business? Or should I actually hire a person who knows these stuff and can help me to focus on my product and do what I can do at the best, and let other people handle it? So now what you're doing is trying to find the solutions. By trying to find the solutions, you're actually thinking positively, right? You're addressing your negative thoughts, you're facing your fears by thinking positively and trying to find your solutions. The little energy that you feel that is left out, instead of giving up or just going in the same pace, use that energy to just put that thoughts into proceeding to the next step, which is positive thinking, right? So scared about the outcome that is going to come out bad. Okay, if you're thinking that, okay, I'm going to take the examples unless you give me what kind of scenarios it is. Yes, Najma, I'm actually going to save this. Yeah, thank you. So so what was the question? I forgot. Scared about the outcome that is going to come out bad. So now when you're actually scared, okay, if you feel that you're doing your best, you're writing your exam and you've studied very well and you're scared about the outcome, right? So now you're actually fearing what might happen. So your head is actually telling you, your brain is actually telling you might fail in spite of studying hard. If you haven't studied, your brain telling you that as well is like, why you're failing. But this one, you don't know why you're failing when you have actually studied well. So now for both of the things, I would say this: your next step is to have a plan B about, if you're scared, is it fear of failure is not just about you failing, but also if in exams cases, and if we are still students, we scared about how our parents going to react, how our society is going to react, relatives when I say society, but how we might miss out the job opportunities and etc etc. Try to identify what exactly you're scared of by thinking, what is it about the negative thoughts, what exactly is it, try to minimize it, right? Try to come to a conclusion, what exactly are you scared of. So when you feel that this could be because of the jobs, not about the friends and family or parents, if it's about the jobs, why don't you see for yourself, try how many marks is it worth, how much is my percentage so far, so how much percentage I might get, and these kind of opportunities, how much does it actually need. Now all that you need to do is do your research and wait for the results. When the results actually come, you have the facts in front of you. Based on that, you can always go about in thinking more on how to solve that problem, which is the job. Now if it's about parents, I know it might sound silly, but you need to prepare about, okay, if I actually get less marks, what am I going to tell my parents? Do I have a chance of covering it up next semester? Do I can redo the exams, etc etc. So you're preparing yourself to face your parents, coming up with exact perfect dialogues to actually tell them that this is valid reason that I might actually get the less marks. Yeah, it works both ways. So yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know. But the last one that I felt I could give a better answer about scared about the outcome. So if you could give me an example, I can actually try to give some valid responses. But this is it. So I'm done explaining the concept about negative thought and positive thoughts, and how positive thought is the very, very next step of negative thought. Don't stop yourself right at the negative thoughts, thinking and diverting yourself and ignoring the thoughts and ignoring your brain trying to alert you or anything as such, but have a little courage in thinking what you can do about the negative thoughts. Treat them as literal door knocks. Okay, now this is who it is, so what am I going to do about it? That's what you have to do, and go take the very next step. So facing the fears is not like you see the fire and you're jumping right at the fire to face it like bravely, right? Not like that. Facing the fire is like your brain is telling, hey, you need to be scared of fire. There is a possibility that there might be fire in your way. So what you need to do is not turn around and go back, because that's nothing there. You've already came from that way, so don't turn around and go back, but actually prepare yourself to have the necessary tools. Have a plan A, plan B. If I cannot walk into the fire with some kind of suit, I need to have a plan B of trying to extinguish the fire, or come up with the plan so that you're ready and be prepared to face the fire that way, not directly jump into it. I know it's a lame example, so whoever's joined my workshops will understand this, how lame I could get with the example. So do let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna hang in here for a couple of minutes. This is the exact topic that I'm going to be talking if I know when I get to talk at Josh Talks or TED Talks. I know I will get there, but it's a matter of time. So that is where I'm actually going to talk about this topic, because I feel I can do much better than this, and this is going to help most of us. Hi Atta, that's my mother-in-law. Hi. So if you have any questions, do let me know. Okay, that is it then. Bye. So make sure, if you actually want this kind of concept, my secrets to come out regarding life coaching or life skills, do like and comment. Based on that, I will actually make part 2. Probably it's going to be about, because I've just addressed about negative thoughts and fears, it might be about overthinking and then anxiety. Not anxiety, but the feeling of the anxious feeling that you get when you're thinking something, overthinking, and too many things messed up, and you cannot clearly think. You feel overwhelmed and you just want to sit and relax and ignore everything, right? That's the anxious feeling that I'm talking about, not actually the mental health issue, anxiety, the serious mental health issue. But that's going to be the next topic. But there are so many things that I can actually tell you. Your brain is your friend. The another thing is, like, if you actually want to get up at 5 a.m, or if you want to pick up a habit, or if you want to prepare yourself for commit yourself, or discipline, or willpower, train yourself to stick to the things that you want to do, anything as such, if you failed especially, I can help you, because your brain, it's like I've cracked the code and I can understand why your brain is doing what, and I actually can see it right through it, and that is why I'm calling it as secrets of my befriending your brain. So I can make it a series which is going to be quite useful, that's for sure, I know. So do let me know. I'm looking forward to your comments and likes so that I can keep it going. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.